Hi everyone, Kate from Crocoblock is here and welcome to this new video dedicated to the topic on how to add smart filters to your dynamic WooCommerce product table. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, please feel free to check out one of the previous videos that I've linked for you right here at the top. And just in a few words, this is a feature that has been added to JetEngine plugin recently, and it basically allows you to create complex tables with dynamic functionality in it. So guys, shall we get started?
Let's just quickly review what we're going to be doing today. First, we'll create a couple of filters such as Select, Range, and Search. Then we'll add them to the product table page with the help of JetSmartFilters widgets, style them a bit, and of course, set them up to work perfectly fine with dynamic product table. As a result, we'll get this nice little page with a totally filterable complex product table. As you can see, the search filter worked perfectly fine, as well as the select filters. There you go. And range filter too. Active tags are also working. Great.
Before we hop into the dashboard, please make sure that you are subscribed to our channel to not miss interesting and useful tutorials. And you know what else, guys? Thanks a lot.
So, the first thing we need to do is create filters in the dashboard. Let's follow to Smart Filters, Add New. I'll start with the search filter. Let's enter the title, Search Filter, Product Table. Filter label and active filter label will be the same as the title. In the filter settings, we need to select the search option from the drop-down list. In the placeholder, I'll put search for and use a default WordPress search method. Good. Let's click on Publish and proceed with the range filter. So click on Add New to create a new filter, enter the title, range filter, product table, and I will specify that this filter is for the price in the parentheses. In the filter label and active filter label, let's just enter price. Good. And in the field type, select the range option and specify the values prefix, $sign in my case, and suffix, 0.00. All other pre-filled options will stay the same too, except for the max value. I'll make it 1000. Okay, so we'll surely need to get the info of the product price dynamically. So we'll use the WooCommerce min-max prices for that. And what else we need to do is to set the query variable right here. Just use _price, which is WooCommerce product price field key. Great. Publish the filter and proceed with the next one, Select Filter. We'll actually have a couple of them for different characteristics of the product. So I guess I'll start with the product category filter. Enter the title, select filter, product table, category. Copy category and paste it into both labels fields. Choose the type of the filter, select, pick the data source, taxonomies, and choose taxonomy, product categories. In the placeholder, I'll enter category and publish the filter. Click on Add New one more time and go for another select filter. Enter the title, select filter, product table. This time, let's make it for the product tags. The procedure is exactly the same, just paste product tags into the labels fields, choose the filter type, pick the data source, but this time use a different taxonomy, product tags. In the placeholder, enter the product tags, save the changes, and create a new filter for product brand. Enter the title, select filter, product table brand, add brand to the filter labels, choose filter type, select, data source, taxonomies, and taxonomy here is product brand. Placeholder brand, save the changes, and create another filter. So title, select filter, product table, color. Both labels are the same, color. Filter type, select, data source, taxonomies, taxonomy, product color, placeholder, color. Publish and click on Add New button. Last but not the least, this filter will go for the size of the product. So the title, select filter, product table, size. Labels are the same, size. Filter type, the same, select. Data source, taxonomies, taxonomy, product size. Placeholder size, click on Publish, and we're finally done creating the filters. Guys, please keep in mind that if you want to use more filters or other kinds of filters, it is totally up to you. Feel free to experiment and find solutions that fit your websites the most. So now we are ready to output these filters on the product table page that we created in the previous video. So let's proceed to Pages, find Product Table page and open it with Elementor. I'll start with creating a separate section for the heading and filters. Just give me a sec to drag these ones around. Good. Now let's search for the first widget, Search Filter. Please pay attention that we need exactly a search filter, not just a search widget, okay? Drop it onto the canvas and start typing the name of the filter. Search, there you go, search filter, product table. In the next field, this filter for, we need to pick the option carefully. We will be filtering the product table, right? This is the Dynamic Table widget brought to us by JetEngine plugin. So that is why here we need to choose JetEngine Dynamic Table option. Basically, this provider filters the content of any kind that we want to display using the Dynamic Table widget, no matter if it's a product, post, or CCT. So just to give you a quick comparison, here I have another website for properties. As you can see, here's the Dynamic Table widget that displays a table with properties, which are posts, by the way. Over here, I have 3 simple filters for the size of the house or apartment, for the number of rooms available, and for its price. 2 range filters and 1 select. All of them have JetEngine Dynamic Table provider selected in this filter for field. So let's preview this page on the front end and apply the filters. There you go. The properties posts are filtered just fine. So this provider has to be chosen if you're working with filters and Dynamic Table widget. Okay, coming back to our product table page. In the Apply type, we'll leave the Ajax option, remove search button tags, and select search icon from the list. Good. And again, here we've come to another really important point, Query ID. Guys, we're going to add multiple filter widgets to this page today and apply them to the product table. So in order for all of the filters to work properly together, we need to specify the query ID, which is basically a CSS ID of this dynamic table widget. We can set it here in the Advanced Settings tab. I'll make it simple, Product Table. Now I can copy it and paste it into the Filter Query ID field. Good. And as for the style settings, change the position to line, input width to 50% and horizontal alignment to center. In the Input tab, change typography to Roboto, size 18 pixels, weight 400, and line height 24 pixels. Text color will be gray, border type solid, width 1 pixel, color white, border radius 4 pixels. Set padding to 14 pixels and margin to 0. OK. And as for the button style, text color will be white on normal, background color blue, on hover gray, and text color white too. Border radius 4 pixels. Padding, well, let's make it 12 pixels from the top and bottom and 18 pixels from right and left. Margin 10 pixels at the left. Icon size 22. Okay, just give me a few seconds to adjust the styling of this section. Now it looks much better. Right now, let's drop an intersection widget to the canvas first and add 2 more columns to it. Now, search for the Select Filter widget and drop it into the first column. Good. I'll start with the Select filter for Category. In this filter for, we need to choose JetEngine Dynamic Table Provider. Apply type and apply on will stay the same. No button or label is needed in my case, and query ID is also the same as in the previous filter. Product Table. As for the style settings, let's remove Select Width and proceed to the Select tab. Typography Roboto, size 16 pixels, weight 400, and line height 20 pixels. Text color gray, background color white, border radius 4 pixels, and padding, let's make it 12 pixels. Now we can copy this filter and paste it into the other columns because all the settings will stay the same and we'll just have to apply different filters to them. So this one will go for the product tags, this one at the bottom for product size, this one for the product brand, okay, and this one for the product color. That was quick, right? Just kidding. Okay guys, let's proceed with adding another filter to our product table page. This time, let's search for the range filter and drop it into the first column. Select the range filter product table and pick the provider JetEngine Dynamic Table. Apply type and apply on will stay the same. No apply button is needed here, but I will toggle the show filter label on in this case, so it's clear for the users what exactly they are filtering. And of course, enter the query ID, which is product table. Good. Now let's change the style settings a bit. So slider stroke will be 6 pixels. Default color will be gray and range color blue. border radius 3 pixels, range points 18 pixels width and height, background color white, border type solid, width 2 pixels, color blue, border radius 50, just in case. Let's edit the value styles. So typography Roboto, size 16 pixels, weight 400, and line height 21 pixel. Text color dark gray, margin -10 pixels at the top, and alignment to the right. Now let's proceed with the label. Typography settings here will be exactly the same. Font family Roboto, size 16 pixels, weight 400, and line height 21 pixel. Text color dark gray, but margin will be around 8 or maybe 10 pixels from the bottom, and alignment will be to the left. Good. Right now, just give me a sec to set the widget space for each column, okay? So, last but not the least, let's add 2 more widgets from the JetSmartFilters list, active tags, and remove filters to this page. Let's start with the active tags. Search for it in the Elementor panel, drop it onto the canvas, and select JetEngine Dynamic Table as provider. Keep the apply type as Ajax, remove the label, and untick Clear Item toggle. Enter the query ID, product table, and proceed to the Style tab. Okay, let's open the tags list and set the horizontal offset to 35, as well as clear the vertical offset. Open Tag Item tab and set the typography to Roboto, size 16 pixels, weight 400, and line height 20 pixels. Set the text color to gray. Good, and now customize the remove icon. Size 24, top offset -4, right offset -10, color light gray. Okay, and now let's go back to the Elementor widgets panel to search for the remove filters and drop it onto the page. Select the provider JetEngine Dynamic Table, change the label to Clear All Filters, and set the query ID Product Table. In the Style tab, change typography to Roboto, size 16 pixels, weight 500, transform normal, and line height 20 pixels. Set the text color to blue on normal and background color transparent. As for the hover settings, change the text color to gray. Okay, and let's change the padding to 0. Now, I want both of these widgets to be in the same line and on the right side of the table. So let's go to the Advanced tab, Positioning, and change the width to Inline Auto for both of them. Okay, and also let's adjust the column settings too. So vertical align, middle, and horizontal align, end. Great! And now I think that some space would be a good thing to have right here. So let's drop a spacer widget right here and set it to 30 pixels. Perfect! Okay guys, we are now done with the filters and almost ready to go to the front end. But some of you might say, this table is pretty complex and has a lot of product items. how can we add a pagination to it? Just as a reminder, we did add the pagination widget to our product table in the previous video. There it is. But in any way, this question is pretty relevant as we also need to specify the query ID for this widget right here. Let's enter it. Product table. Okay, and now we are ready to save the changes. Good. Right now, let's open this page on the front end and try to apply our newly created filters to the product table. So as you can see, the search filter is working great. Let's remove the tag. Okay, accessories. Let's search for the glasses. And let's pick the brand. And also choose the color for it. Okay. The wrench filter is also working fine. Let's remove a couple of tags. Okay, good. Now we see more options. Glasses in one size are not available. Let's choose a different size. Okay, so as you can see, it's working just fine. Let's clear the filters and try to check if pagination is working. Great!
Thanks a lot for watching this video. I hope it was useful and informative for you and your projects. If you still have any questions left, you know what to do. Go ahead and drop them right in the comments below this video or contact our support team so they could assist you. Share your wonderful ideas with us on our GitHub page and join our friendly Facebook community. Cheers, guys!